So from a side point of view, we're gonna spend a little bit of time making sure we are in a comfortable position. You can actually use a double mat. It actually feels very, very comfortable under the wrist and under the knees. Both joints can be a bit more, they have a little bit more load during pregnancy. Remember also, you can feel a bit of pain there. It's always worth checking with your health provider by any means, but just make sure the yoga doesn't make this worse. If this is already uncomfortable, we're going to spend a bit more time on our pose today. So just maybe try staying on your fist instead, or in some cases, you can even stay on your forearms, depending also in terms of like heartburn and digestion, how things are. Other option again is to double up your mat. And as I said, these options are nice to know because like every day might look a little bit different. Ideally, we have our hands straight. Mine don't straighten that much, but you might know by now, I don't have the typical yoga body. And ideally, this all stays into a line, but doesn't have to. Everybody is a little bit different. What I encourage you to do, though, if you can, there's no pain in your hands. You're just making sure you do stretch your hands nicely. We spend so much time on the phone, on computers, that I see lots of people gripping all the time. So it's very important that we try to give some exercise, some stretching to our hands. Same with the feet. Ideally, we have all one line from the knees to the hips, but a little bit depends. Sometimes it's nice to have a little bit more space. Your toes can be tucked for a little bit of stretch, or you can make them rest on the floor. And from here, we're going to practice cat-cow. During pregnancy, we tend to have this type of bend. So you can see my back bend is way, trying to reach to the floor. So we're not going to practice the cow part of the cat-cow, but our cow will be neutral. So you can see my spine is all in line. So we actually actively now try to stay neutral because of the belly will be pushed into this direction, into this type of lordosis of the spine, which means that the curve goes and this side closer, as you can see, to the floor. So we just practice actively staying in neutral, which might be, engaging a bit the abdominals. I am definitely engaging the abdominals, and also will be probably engaging the pelvic floor as well. We're going to spend a bit more time discussing pelvic floor, but for now, we just want to see the connection and just making sure that we are able to locate the feelings of our pelvic floor, which might be a bit more difficult in this position indeed. So a little bit of abdominal engagement to keep ourselves in neutral, and when we breathe out, we go into the cat. Breathing in, neutral. Breathing out, cat. Pause. The movement starts always from the belly, on the belly bottom. So imagine your belly bottom is pulled up to the ceiling, and there's the ripple effects of this go up to the neck. Of course, the neck, if it's tender, we are not gonna, make it move too much. It's like a micro movement, but the effects go from the lower to the mid to the upper spine. So we move like this, and then we start imagine the curve in this movement. So how can we make this movement more of a curve than a straight line? So we bend, start taking the movement a little bit backwards and a little bit forward, and engage in the shoulders as well. Then you can lower your forearms on the floor and take a break if there's a portion of this that feels it needs more stretch, like this one, you can pause, but otherwise we just keep on moving in curves. And from here, we can then just invite some rocking movements, some lateral extension from side to side, so the side body. And then again, let's put it all together into a rocking movement, a rocking motion, a circular motion, again, more curves than straight line in this class. And this is a lovely practice, for the morning, a different direction now, because as you can see, I'm moving lots of joints. If you need to take a break, with your, just take a break. Again, we invite some circular movement now in our elbows, sorry, in our wrists. So keep on, working on these lines, moving, changing the lines from lines to making moving the lines from lines to circles. Sorry, just checking. And from here, we then stop when you're ready and meet again in neutral. So you see now I'm dropping and now I'm neutral. And now we're going to invite some stretch. So we are going to lift some lateral stretch, lift the left arm up and thread the needle towards the right. From here, you can lie on the floor with your head and your shoulder. A few breaths here. If there's no space for the belly, you can open up the legs a little bit more, or you can practice this on the wall as well. If you want to challenge your balance, extend your right arm out, and you could potentially extend your left leg as well. I'll show you on the other side. Or we come up, we reposition. Again, if you need to stretch, pad the wrist, do so. Don't do as I do. And then again, we stretch on this side, head and shoulder on the floor, extend the left leg comes up, and the left arm comes out into a balance. Only if this is available, of course. If you're already here, come back. A couple of breaths in this pose. Before we come out, and we move again into all fours. If we need to take a break, come up. A bit of like stretching by seated, while you're seated. We go back again into all fours with a bit of more dynamic pose. This exercise is called dog bird. And this is like well-known exercise in yoga and in Pilates as well. And it's something I incorporate in all classes, where to be pregnancy classes or not. So let's just start by stretching our legs out and alternate. We'll put a bit of rhythm now as we starting to stretch and move all our body all together. And from here, let's extend the right leg up. It comes up to the level of our hip. Can you see my feet is bent? I'm not going high, I'm not staying low. If I have to stay low, I'd rather you stay low than stay high. And from here, we will then come down and practice on the other side. Also, make sure your hips are not shifting when you try not to make them not shift, and engage the abdominal muscles as well. Just practice a couple of times from each side. And from here, we will then practice extending our left arm in front, extending our right arm in front. If this causes any pain, we just don't do it. It means that we are putting a lot of pressure on our pelvis, and we just do the arm part. And maybe when you do the arm part and you feel like pain and you don't want to engage your legs, imagine them extending while we do this exercise all together. So when we're ready, the right leg comes up, the left arm comes up in a crisscross, and then they come back. Same on this side. Even for a few breaths. And then back at the same time. And then depending on your size of your belly, you could try to merge your arm with your leg. But of course, this is totally optional to you. This is a way we are engaging the abdominals, keeping them working a little bit during pregnancy. We know that we cannot do the typical, abdo workout we would have done, whether to be yoga or not, because of, our muscles during pregnancy separate to accommodate space for the belly. So I love dog bird. As you can see, even without the belly, a full belly, I'm already, changing my pace of the breath. So it's time now maybe to get a rest into child's pose. Once you're done with your dog bird, and by any means, if you want to do more of it, pause the video and do some more repetitions. I would say 4 for each side is a good starting point. If you can do 1, that's absolutely fine. And again, if there's pain here or down here or at the back or any level of our pelvis, we just stop doing or not even engage into doing the legs, alternating legs, and we focus on the arm and imagine our legs doing the exercise. Let's all rest into child's pose. Our knees can stay separate to accommodate for the belly, and our arms come forward. And we rest our head on the floor or on a block or cushion. Arms can stay in front for a little bit of stretch of the upper body, which we haven't engaged yet as much, or arms can come back. Rest on your feet or rest on a side, whatever works for you.